Number 91 on ShelfDust.com's list of the 100 greatest comics of all time is Uncanny-X-Men number 297 by Scott Lobdell and Brandon Peterson. It says Songs End on the cover, but it says Up and Away on the inside, so we got a couple of different titles going on. But it's X-Men, so should be good, right? This issue here is actually the cool down issue from the end of Executioner's Song. I can't say I've ever read this one before. I have read Executioner's Song, but it was a very long time ago, and I don't really remember what it's about. There was a dude named the Executioner, and I assume he was executioning some X-Men. But I don't think anybody actually died. I don't think there was any lasting ramifications of Executioner's Song. Anyway, I'm Haussmann Comics, and this is another installment of me reading that list and making my own list and seeing where it falls, right? You know. If you don't, there's like 10 or 11 other videos you can check out. Anyway, the Executioner's been stopped, and now the X-Men find themselves with a little downtime, so let's dive into that. Beast and Angel are off rebuilding the wrecked Harry's hideaway, a long-standing bar down the road from Xavier Institute, and a frequent hangout for many mutant teams over the years. At that same time, Rogue is sitting out on the roof of the mansion, lamenting her place in the world, unable to touch anyone or feel true companionship. She is joined by Gambit. And elsewhere on the X grounds, there are the unlikely pairing of Jubilee and Professor Xavier. The Professor is enjoying the grass on his bare feet in the remaining hours he has left with his ability to walk. So Jubilee, of course, convinces him to try rollerblades. Each of these three duos do share their own poignant conversations with each other. Beast and Angel, as two of the original X-Men who have been with the team for many years and both gone through physical transformations, one of them is more willing to discuss his transformation while the other one is a little more reserved about it. They do discuss their shared history and mutual respect for each other, while Rogue and Gambit just talk about the same thing that Rogue talks about with anyone. I'm not trying to sully what this fictional character is going through. I get it must be tough, but that's like any deep conversation Rogue had with anybody through the 90s was like, I can't touch anybody, boo-hoo. I get it. I've heard it before. I've read it several times. And I do understand that Gambit does love her, but my God. Like, if I were Gambit and I were in a pseudo-relationship with Rogue, I could deal with not being able to touch her. I could deal with that, as compared to having the conversation about it every other day. Rogue, Gambit gets it. He still loves you. He still wants to be with you. He knows he can't touch you. It's you that has the problem, not Gambit. Anyway, that's how I feel about that. And then there's Jubilee and Xavier. They're just hanging out, having a good time, enjoying each other's company. The Professor actually says it's the most fun he's had in a good long while. And then Jubilee comments that it's actually really nice to see Xavier in a different light, one that's not just the boss and the hard ass and the leader of the team. It's good to see him kind of as a human being. Just a normal person. And she watches him as he walks away with his legs beginning to fail, and then she helps him over to his wheelchair. It's touching. And while I did actually really enjoy this issue, it kind of left me wondering, like, is this a definitive X-Men issue that you show someone to get them into the book or to understand what the X-Men are? No, not really. Did I learn more about these characters, or was it just a particular excerpt in their lives? I guess it depends on who's writing and what era you're reading, but I did learn a little something about the characters. Well, I didn't learn anything, but someone new might learn something about the characters and what makes them tick, according to Scott Lobdell during his run. So on a whole, it's not particularly artistic or historically significant, but it is a good issue. Something I'm noticing with a lot of things on this list, that so far they've been the less action-packed issues and just more talking and learning and character development and growth. Just seeing these moments in between the battles, which something I actually like quite a bit. I really liked the Patrick Warburton Tick TV series, and the whole premise was it was between the battles. This issue's far better than any episode of the Tick, though, as far as being good. God, I love the Tick, though. Why am I even comparing them? No, I'd sooner sit down and rewatch the Tick before reading this issue again. That doesn't say anything about the issue. It's just been a while since I've watched the Tick. Why am I going on about the Tick and rambling about the Tick? Back to my thoughts here. After one of these large events like Executioner's Song, it is really good to have this cool down, wind down issue to just kind of give everybody a chance to reset and set up for the next issue. Like I said, that said, I really enjoyed this, and it is more the X-Men I'm familiar with. It's going to go midway in the top of the list. You can see where I'm typing it right now, somewhere up in there. Anyway, gonna catch you guys a bit later on the flip-flop while I do some more of these, but other videos are coming as well. So anyway, just stay Haussy to my channel. It's so hot out today while I'm recording, and I've had to turn off all the noise-making cooling devices, so stay Haussy.